very fast about this. And everyone's kind of just like slightly talking about it. And they're like, knowing her father, as punishment, he'll send her to a brothel. That's the kind of humor he has. And then you notice all of them, as in Harbo and Miles, or both notice this. They immediately, every one of their kind of eyes are looking up as you all, Ziminar included and Winslow, you hear footsteps behind you guys, and immediately they all kind of bow down, except for this one girl that doesn't notice, this one elf, and immediately Saris walks up and just kicks her in the knee, and you guys hear a bone break right there in her knee, and all of the crew is like looking down, and you guys can see this, wanting to help her, but she's just like holding in the scream as she turns back to you guys and goes, "Let me take you to your quarters." And she walks on down.
On the boat, right? Quarters on the boat?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't care less.
Wait, did we just witness Saris kneecap?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, you did.
But also,
Yeah. She just walked up and pretty much broke this woman's knee, busted a kneecap because she didn't bow. And you notice as you all go down to your quarters, the whole ship, as soon as she's out of sight, essentially, they get up and they start helping her. And everyone's like immediately on it. Like this girl takes one step into a room and they're all just bowing already. She gets you to your guys' quarters. She leads you all in, and immediately she then locks the door and walks away as you all are locked in there this time.
Okay, sounds good. I have a little Hamora prepared.
All right.
Have Hamora prepared.
Alrighty, and you guys take off to sail.
if we ever go back there, it'll be too soon.
Oh, snap, I still
We
never
have-
found another boat scene.
We have
So we have to have
business.
this sad one.
We have business
But-
with the king.
Yeah, we do.
And as you all are sailing, do you guys want to say anything or try to reach out to the guards to get your door unlocked, or are you guys just sitting put in there and waiting patiently?
I want to reach out to the guards.
Okay.
I may react depending on what happens with his thing with the guards.
And you knock on the door to be let out. And the guard unlocks the door and he opens it slightly and he goes, "Do you need to use the restroom?"
Yes, please.
Okay. And he steps aside and opens the other door, which is right next door. And he goes, "There you go."
Okay. Haribo goes into the bathroom, and what's all in there?
Potties.
A bathroom. There's like one like bucket, essentially, a sink that
Is
kind of
there
has
a
water
window?
There is, but they are barred still. And they have that fun magical thing on there. It's as if they don't want people to jump ship.
Just do a poopy. And I mean the dog, in case you do a poopy.
Oh my god. Yeah. So it's a
Want to
very
eat poop.
barren bathroom for the most part. And the guard kind of looks in the rest of the room. Is like, anyone else need to use the restroom?
Miles is just gonna walk out and look around and say,
Miles. Miles.
Miles.
I speak for Miles. It's a heavy burden, but only I can carry it.
Walk on out, look around and say, "No, I don't need to use the bathroom," and then just walk away from the guards in the room.
Sir, I am. I've been instructed to keep you all in the room unless the restroom.
Cool. Keeps walking.
But at this point, would like to hears all of this, exits the bathroom, and tries to sneak away.
He just kind of like stands there as he's watching because it's just a hallway. There's not really anywhere to hide. And
But
he's just
Haribo's
kinda...
small.
Wait.
He can go unnoticed.
Are there two directions in the hallway, or is it
Yeah,
just...
there is.
Yeah, so
Also-
Haribo can go the other way, while they're focused on Ziminar.
All right. And Winslow, what do you do?
Just staying put.
All right.
It's actually
And
for him to do.
Harbo, which way do you go? Do you follow Ziminiar or do you follow Miles?
Miles is in the room still. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Haribo
I thought
goes
you
the
said
opposite way of Ziminiar.
Okay. So he's like kind of looking back and forth and he's just like, and he looks back at you two that are in the room and he goes, can you do... She'll kill me if they leave.
Take that up with Ziminar. He's got a soft spot for that kind of thing. He fails to understand the consequences of his actions, and I'm pretty sure that that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
And he just kind of closes the door and locks it, and then you two are off on your adventure as he just kind of stands there unsure of what to do. We'll start with Ziminiar. Ziminiar, where are you going?
I'm gonna turn back before I go where I go. I'm gonna look back at the guy and just say, I have a spell that can turn me into gas. Just tell them that's what happened, and that guy can turn into a mouse. So you could have missed us, and then just walk away. And I'm gonna go down the hallway trying to find a room that looks important.
Okay.
Hearing that from inside the room, I test if my magic works on this ship, just real quick.
Yeah.
With a quick cantrip spell of
Don't
some
use the
sort.
paper.
Yeah, it does. Magic does work
okay.
on the ship.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it did or didn't. Okay.
It does.
Sounds good.
And all right, so you can make a perception check, Ziminiar. Harbo, what are you doing?
I would like to go find the elf with the broken knee.
Yep, so that's up top still. She's
I know.
still chained. So she's still there. And
Haribo at this point would also like to, having heard Ziminiar's and the guard's little thing, he would like to protect the guard even further by actually turning into an animal.
all right.
To make sure that the guard is correct.
All right. And you can turn into said animal. Are you turning into a mouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn into the cockatrice.
God. Oh no.
Sorry, that's not an animal.
No, I'll turn into a polar bear. That's pretty discreet. Oh yeah, Batiari's still in the room with Miles and Winslow. I forget that he's here sometimes.
That's okay.
Haribo could have just used Batiari, but Batiari probably would have gotten killed.
Really? There's no thing for a mouse? All right. Well, I'll just have you roll a nice perception check as well, Harbo. And Ziminiar, while you are wandering about with your 12, you don't really see any rooms in particular that look fancy or locked up the way you went. But as you're going through, you are hearing some slight gossip, just kind of the same of what you heard last night. And then you see this one elf kind of look over at you, and he's making direct eye contact, and you just got this feeling that he might be a little snitchy McSnitch snoo.
Ooh.
And at that time, Haribo, you make your way up to the top of the ship.
Huh.
And you see the elf that got the kneecap busted. And you notice that it's all splinted up with mop handles and such. They have a splint kind of makeshift for. Some dude doesn't have a shirt on anymore as they used his shirt as a wrap. And this man, well, let's see what stat he rolling. This man's stacked. He's gorgeous. Yeah, this man is the most beautiful man you've ever seen almost. He's just super hunky dude. And he's just, shirtless now, wandering about, doing work, while the other person's just kind of like standing still. They're still having to stand because other people have to work and move while they're all chained together. And they're just kind of standing there, not looking good, but there nonetheless, while everyone else is just kind of working. But can you make another perception check for me?
Yes.
Perfect.
Only slightly
You
better.
see Saris starting to walk downstairs, heading up from the up area on this upper deck area, just kind of looking about, to heading downstairs, down probably near a hallway where you guys are supposed to be. And Ziminar.
I'm gonna. Did you say I automatically felt like he was the type to snitch?
Oh yeah, you get that vibe as he's staring at you and he's kind of looking up, and you
All
know
right.
up above is the deck, and he's looking up there, and he's like, dude.
So I'm gonna thaumaturgy on it, and I'm in its head here. Basically, the whispers. He will, even if he's caught, he'll burn the mast down. He'll sink the whole ship just to get away with it. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. You'll die if you do. You will die if you do.
And he
My God.
breaks down and starts screaming, just losing his mind at this sight of like hearing this. And with that, Ziminar, can you make a perception check for me?
This may have backfired. I may be a little too good at being a Sith Lord. Whatever the hell that is.
May I have that perception check?
I'm trying to find the key.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's great. And Harbo, you hear this scream as well, as you then, we'll kind of do a back check. Saris was already planning to walk this way, but then she hears the scream that you also now hear. And she kind of turns her direction and goes right that way down the hall. And Ziminar, you catch just her boot is all you really need to see. And you know it's her. What do you do?
Oh man, I can't do that. Shit. I was going to put my hands back behind me and silence him with the fucking box, but then I couldn't talk to her. I see her boot and I just stand there and smile.
All right.
Oh my God.
Harbo, do you follow Saris as a mouse?
Yes.
You see Ziminar standing there as you go down the stairs, kind of like sneaking about as a mouse. We'll say you naturally kind of blend in, so she ain't looking at you. Not just that, there's other mice on the ship, I'm sure. So,
Actually, the
you
rats.
see Ziminar just standing there. As Saris walks down and she looks at the man that's screaming, and then she looks at Ziminar. And within like one swift move, she just slits this dude's neck and he's just dead. And she goes, go back to your room.
Ziminar is going to look at the guy and look at her and go, that was a bit much. It was my fault he was screaming. Probably because of that.
I already said what I needed to say to you, and I gave a warning.
I just wanted to actually find you.
Then you should have said that.
Well, no one's exactly waiting for us to come out and find you. Everyone's kind of scared shitless of us doing that. By the way,
they should be.
By the way, that guard, not responsible. I can turn into gas. He didn't even see me leaving the room.
Make that persuasion check, sir.
That's more of a deception.
Yeah, I was like, I guess it would be deception, more so. Since you're trying to lie, not really persuade.
You
So yeah, make a
darn
deception
liar.
check. Ugh. Let me pull up her character sheet because I forgot to. I'm a
The
bloody
funny thing
genius.
She's got the -7.
Telling the truth, I can't do that.
Yeah. Problem is, though, you are lying to her because that is not what you did. Yeah, she knows you're lying.
Wow, you gave away our guard buddy.
And so she looks at you and she goes, "But that's not what you did, now is it?"
No, it's not, but I don't like the sight of you killing people that I don't think you'd personally care to kill or injure
Then
or
I guess you shouldn't have left your locked room.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't have the chance to talk to you about this.
About me killing a man that didn't need to die.
Well, that too, but you know, the fact that we couldn't really even do anything with because your brother terrifies everyone, you terrify everyone. Has Harold seen this side of you?
Harold knows this is my job, and I wouldn't dare try to soil the royal family if I were you.
And you know, I'm actually very happy to hear that. Are you happy to be doing this?
It doesn't matter what I want.
Your royalty, and that means that anything that you want can matter. It depends on what you want to do with yourself.
Ziminar is your name, right?
My name's not exactly important, but yeah.
I'm going to give you a very wise word that was told to me when I grew up. It's to definitely keep your head out of other people's business, first and foremost. And secondly, I am not a person to the royal family. I am not a person to my family. I am seen as a tool and as a slave. I'm aware of that. And you need to accept that's how the world is now. Just as I am telling you, go back to your room.
Your advice is so bland. Accept the way things are. Don't change them, even if it's for the better. You are strong enough to be better than that, I think, anyways. I know that Harold would think the same thing. And Ziminar just walks back to the room.
Little mouse, Harbo, what are you doing?
I thought that you said that to her little mouse.
Oh my god, yeah, I thought she said that too. I was like, oh no.
No. Harbo, what are you
Haribo,
doing?
as a mouse, hears the Miniar and he just kind of sheds a little tear, little mouse tear.
Yes.
Don't judge him.
No.
He has emotions.
Do you head back to the room?
Haribo would like to follow Saris wherever she's going.
All right.
He can get to the room pretty easily. I'm assuming there are cracks and things.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So that
you can
wherever Saris heads that way, he can not tip her off.
So Ziminar, you head back to the room, and Saris is still just kind of in there for a minute, and Harbo, you hear her kind of say, "Clean it up," as she walks away, and everyone else is just kind of like, okay. And they just kind of start cleaning, and sooner or later, after she's done watching them clean up that mess, she then walks down back to the room.